Our own families are being intentionally destroyed by the state of California. Many men in here, if not most, have the following story. These men suffered long incarcerations in California state prisons as the punishment for crimes we did in fact commit. This was the price society had set for us to pay, and we paid it. During those periods of long incarceration, many men I have met changed their lives. They took the painful growing steps they had to take. These painful growing steps were taken during that incarceration primarily for two reasons. One, we came to understand the destruction we had caused and desired to never bring that destruction on another human being. This is an extremely painful growing experience that involves facing up to past behaviors. Two, we desired to rebuild a relationship with family that still stuck by us. Many men in here accomplished those two steps during their long prison incarceration. They acknowledged their life errors, worked the prison programs which were available to them to bring about life changes and rebuild family ties where they could. Then, when they were about to parole, that investment in their futures was stolen from them. That work effort went unrecognized by once again dehumanizing them and labeling them as sexually violent predators, whether they had ever committed a sexually violent crime or not. And believe this, many men in here with this label have never committed, been arrested for, or convicted of a sexually violent crime. If you desire further information or proof on this, you may contact me. I met one man in here who had the following story. He is simply devastated, and his story is not unique. He spent 13 years, from 1986 until 1999, on some of the toughest prison yards in our state, during which time he had to deal with his past and work to rebuild a bridge to his family. Only his adult daughter was fully ready to have him back. They had written tearful and heartfelt letters to one another over this time. The daughter herself had a baby daughter during his incarceration, and that child was 4.5 years old when Grandpa was going to come home to her. They had never met. They each did artwork and mailed it to one another. They each looked so forward for one to meet the other, to hold each other, for granddaughter to hug her grandpa, for grandpa to embrace his granddaughter for the first time. Then this law, and grandpa was gone again. The daughter asked her father, "Well, Dad, what did you do now?" The broken old man now had to say to his daughter and granddaughter, "I didn't do anything," and he was telling them the truth. The old man had worked his tail off in programs in prison designed to bring about life changes, and those programs had worked. But now those programs would never be given a chance. The long-awaited embrace between granddaughter and grandpa would never take place. That bond of their anticipated love will never pass between them. The old man is broken now, and I can lead you to him, and all the others like him that this law has devastated along with their families. The old man is older now and near to his own death. The granddaughter is 14 years old and still never met her grandpa and likely never will. If she could have met Grandpa at 5 years of age, she would have probably accepted him as he was. Even if she met him today, she would likely ask him, "What did you do wrong, Grandpa, to be there all that extra time?" Nothing. Neither of their lives will ever have an opportunity to enjoy what they could have had together. Most men in here have this same sad depression.